Hey all, Satish here. Today let's see how we can use this Wi-Fi module ESP8266 to send GET request and POST request to a server. So in previous chapters I had shown you how to set up a web server. So if you are interested in that, you can check it out. So in this chapter I'll just use AT commands to send data to the server. One is using a GET request and using a POST request. So this is a very commonly used Wi-Fi modules. It's a very cost-effective modules which you can use in your IoT solutions. Okay, now let's start with it. So there were two documents that I'll be using. One is the AT command which I've already tried out, and the AT command manual for ESP8266. I'll give the links for both of these in the description below. Okay, now let's start off. The first thing generally which we do with all our modules are AT. So now this is at 115200. So I have used a USB to UART converter and then connected to this module. So this is a starting point. It has to respond to this. If you give AT and here it is hex, if you see AT 0D 0A, you have to give both. If you give only 0D like how we have done with our modems, the Quictel and Simcom modem, this does not respond. It's only echoing, okay, it is not responding. So once you give hex 0D 0A, it will respond. So you have to get OK. So make sure that you are giving 0D 0A, and the shortcut for this in Doclite is for 0D it is Control Enter, and 0 is Control Shift Enter. It will give you 0A. Now that is done. So the next AT command which we will go to use, let's see what this is in the document. We have to set it to soft AP plus station mode. You can Google for what this is. It is Wi-Fi mode. I'll paste it. Again, as I told you, Control Enter, Control Shift Enter will give you 0D 0A. Apply Wi-Fi mode. You have to get OK. So this is a log which I have pasted in this file. So the next command which we have to do is zipmux. Let's see what this is. Enable multiple connections mode, single connection and multiple connection. So I'm going to use a single connection mode. That is more than enough for this application. Again, Control Enter, Control Shift Enter, that is 0D 0A. So you have to get OK. Once you have done this, now you have to view what are the Wi-Fi network available, like within the range of this modem. Zero D 0A. It will take some time and show you all the Wi-Fi network that are available. So there are a lot of Wi-Fi network. Let me do one thing. Let me turn on tethering on my phone and I'll connect to this. So my network name is SKG Mobile. So let's see if that comes up now. So this is the one which I'll be connecting to. The password, let me make it 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So I have saved that as the password. So now if I check again, that should still be there. SKG mobile should still be. Does not seem to be there. Let me just check once again. Yeah, it is still here. SKG mobile. I'll connect to this mobile. So if it is already connected to any network, you can check it using this. It is 0D, 0 in hex. So no AP means it is not connected to any Wi-Fi. So now we have to connect it to one of these Wi-Fi. I will connect it to this SKG mobile. So the credentials are this is the AT command for this SKG mobile, and the password that I have entered is 123456789. Let me in control enter, control alt enter, control shift enter, sorry. Wi-Fi connected, and it has got the Wi-Fi. So next, if I check status, it will show it is connected to SKG mobile. So on my mobile also it is showing that ESP is connected to it. So now I have connected to the Wi-Fi. So let me just this is the command that we sent. This is the response that we got. Let me paste it here for your okay. So next is we have entered the Wi-Fi credentials. Now we have connected to the network. Now let's see what is our IP. The IP, this is the AT command for getting the IP. So you can check it out here, what this command means in the manual. Get local IP address. Control enter, control shift enter. So now this is the IP 192.168.4.1. So now this is the IP which the router has, with the router, that is my phone, has given to the module. This is not a public IP. Like we were getting the public IPs when we were connecting from the modem. Okay. So then next is, now let's see get request. So if you remember our get request, so this is how we were sending the get request. Receive data, just paste this here for your reference. So we'll pass the system ID, sensor type, temperature value. So let's do system ID as 1, and for viewing we had written receive data, display data, and we should filter with respect to the system ID which we had transmitted, that is 1. System ID is 1. If you see with respect to 1, you should be able to see that 944, and it is a get request. So let's change the temperature from 22, let me do 55. So if you see here 55 has come. If I want, I can change the ID to 10. So if you say filter with respect to ID 10, you can see it has got the temperature 55. Request type is get. So now this is what we are going to implement in the ESP module. So get request by definition is used to fetch some data from the server. but in some modems or some cases it's easier to do the get request. The format is very simple, so sometimes you can use this to put some data into the server also, but by definition it is only used to fetch the data. Okay, so next is yeah, now to implement this, what you have to do here is you have to connect to the server. So now this is our server, receive data.exploringembeddedsystem.com, and it is at port 80. Let me copy, let me paste this. Control enter, control shift enter, that is 0D 0A. Connect to server. It has now connected to the server. So the next one, what you have to do here is, once you do that, okay, the next thing is now you have to send the get request. For that, now this is the get request which I am going to send. So the get request starts from slash. This we have already connected till .com. We have already connected to the server. Now this is the get request. Let me delete this off. Then let me delete this off. And let me delete this off. So now this is my get request which I am going to send. You see the length of this one, it is 143, and there are couple I've written 147. That is because there is two carriage returns here, the 0D 0A, 0D 0A here also. So when I copy this, so zip send I have to do 147. Again, if you, for example, if you make it 55, then you have to reduce to, because 0.3 is not there. Just be careful about that. And this is sending on sensor ID 10. Setup request. Control enter, control shift enter. Basically you are specifying now that I will send 174 characters after this as a get request for any kind of request. Link is not valid. Let me see. 80 plus Ipsen connect to server. Maybe it has lost connection to the server. I have reconnected. Now once you get this, it means that you are ready to send the data. So copy this from here till here. So if you see here, I have to do one carriage return here and one more carriage return here. Control enter, control shift enter, apply, OK. Now I am going to send the request. So now it has inserted the data. See, as you have got here response here, this has also given a response here. So if you see the data, what we have transmitted was at ID 10, I have given a value of 22.3. So if you filter with ID 10, 22.3, and it has come from get request, and I think this is my mobile's public IP. Okay, so now this is how you will send get request. So here make sure that the length is so much. If you just pass a lower buffer, for example, instead of 147 you only pass like 150 140 characters, it will wait for 147 characters. If you give for example 140, it will cut off the remaining. So you make sure that you are at least transmitting 147 characters. So it is not that you have to send that. If you want, you can change the length. Instead of 22.2, I can send 12.3, but I should make sure that the length is same, because I have set the length to be fixed here to 147. And in case this connection gets closed or something goes wrong, what you can do here is you can close the SIP close. There is a command called as SIP close, where it will close the connection to the server. It is already closed, that is why it has given an error. So then you will have to connect to server, set up the request, send the data. Now you have got the response. So this time we had sent a data of 147, value is 12.3. Now just check out the value is 12.3. The temperature value is 12.3 has been inserted. Okay, make sure that your length is correct. See, my length is 147. Position of 147. So my length is 147. So you have to make sure that this length, like this also includes all the carriage returns also. Okay, so you have to be careful about that. And when you copy, don't copy this CR, because this doesn't interpret it as carriage return. So make sure that you delete that and use 0D 0A. Okay, now let's come to post request. So for post request, as I had shown you when we created, we had used Postman to send the post request. Browser will only give you send a get request. For post request, we will be using Postman. So by definition, post request is used to insert the data into the database. So you should generally use a post request to put the data into the database. So this is how we had sent a post request. Receive data explain inboard system / post request, and the data we sent it in the body in form data. So ID 10 and temperature is 55.55. If I send this, it will give the response here. So if you search here, 55.55 is inserted. Now let's see how to do post request using the ESP module. In post request, what will happen till establishing the connection is the same thing. Okay, so this will continue to be remain the same. There's no difference. I'm just putting it. Control enter, control shift enter. X 0D 0A should come. Apply. Okay. Now it is connected to the server. Then the post data is not as simple as the get data. Get data was all the data was going in the URL itself. In the post request, it will go as a part of a body. So that the length currently now. So now this is one of the standard formats of sending a post request. Okay, so this is a header for that, for the body. The connection, this length is important. This length is my data length. The data length is the value which I am going to send. So the length is showing length is 62. Okay, select length is 62. So that is why I have entered the length here. Now this length is the whole of the data. Like how get request we had this as a this the date, this as the data. For post request, this is the data. Okay, you need all this extra parameters for post request. So now the whole length of the whole of this is 350. Okay, so let me send it. I'm going to tell it's going to send that I'm going to send 350 bytes. Control enter, control shift enter. It is connected to the server and it is waiting for the data. So let me send the data. Post data. This is just a label, it doesn't mean anything. You can give a control and 0D0, it will not matter because it will only be expecting till this, because we have mentioned it to be 350. So if you enter all these things, it is more than 350, but it doesn't matter, it will only accept till here. Let's give it a try. Post data. It has then send fail, maybe it disconnected. So let me close this. So it is open, connection, zip send, post data. It is getting some junk. So let me I've seen that sometimes it will send this junk. Yeah, but if you see, this data would have been inserted, so I'm sending a value of 22.3. so if you come here, view this, see 22.3 has been inserted. Only thing, the acknowledgement is, and it is request type is post. So let me do one thing, let me disconnect the UART port from my desktop and restart the whole thing again.